the Tuesday Night Touchdown Podcast with your hosts, Reese Downing and Jacob Workman.
What is up, everyone? Another Tuesday Night Touchdown Podcast, NCAA edition. This is going to be our Week 3 bowl game pick episode, which is all of the bowl games, including the 2 college football invitational games, and essentially is going to be our last large episode. The next episode is going to be the national championship. That's it. So this one's going to be a fun one. We do have a ton of games, though, so it's kind of like a regular season week with the amount of games we're going to be picking, which is going to be a real treat based on the amount of people who aren't playing in these games. So if we can go 25%, I think we're going to be happy as opposed to our normal 50% goal. But 25%, I think, is what we're going to shoot for here. Reese, what's been going on? What are your thoughts on week 2 of the bowls and just college football in general right now?
Well, the records from last week indicate picking games from some of these crazy ass teams that we haven't watched play a lot this year. And the other thing is, especially as we jump into stuff for this week, it's just all the damn people that are opting out, man. It's just making it really hard to pick these games. Florida State, I'm sure we're going to get into it, but I mean, I don't even know how many starters they have left. And it seems like it's that way for a lot of teams. Even some of these matchups that we have coming up, Jaden Daniels isn't going to play. Will Howard's not playing. Like all these primetime guys that we enjoyed watching all year are not going to be in these bowl games. So makes it a little less interesting, a little less exciting, which is unfortunate. I really wish, and we talked about this bit last week, that they would do something to push the transfer portal stuff out until after the bowl season is over. I don't know if that's even possible, but it just seems to be hurting the product.
I'm not even sure if it would matter, to be honest, though. I think that with the way that college football is turned now, if they're not, I think a playoff expansion even bigger is the only way to save some of these games. I just don't think anyone's going to play in these games that are, meaningless is the true word. They are meaningless. According to the College Football Invitational Committee, the whole season's meaningless. So I don't know. This college football is kind of in a disaster, in my opinion. They have a lot of things to figure out.
Yeah.
Reese did mention last week our picks. Just to give you a quick little result, Minnesota did just finish beating Bowling Green literally like 10 minutes ago, and they did cover. So that took me to 4-7 on the week, which is just pure stellar. And Reese was 3-8 on the week. We did already pick the 2 other games tonight on last week's episode. But because they are going to be finishing after we're done, they will be added into next week's total. So those games will be included into next week. Some portal news, our favorite topic this time of year. A guy that I talked about quite a bit this year, Arizona quarterback Jaden DeLora has entered the portal. Obviously, Noah Fafita came in and absolutely took the college football world by storm. And I said the whole season, I was like, Jaden DeLora is a stud. Like, I don't know what he's going to do when he comes back. Well, he never came back because Fafita played, and now DeLora is transferring. So he's kind of one of those guys that I'm pretty excited to see where he ends up, just because I love watching him play. He's very fun. At Washington State, he was awesome. Now he's in Arizona. I would assume here. Well, actually, what did we say? January 2nd, right?
Yeah, I think so. January 2nd.
So we've got a week left for these guys to determine where they're going. So we're going to find out a lot of things really quick. Florida State backup quarterback Tate Rodemaker did enter the portal. I feel like this was kind of obvious that it was coming. He wasn't going to play next year because, we've got 2 transfers. One of them is more than likely coming. And we just signed a very, very large quarterback recruit. And he actually had his first practice today with Florida State. He enrolled early, and he is part of the Orange Bowl practice, which is awesome. So get him a little experience before spring ball starts. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. His name's Luke, like Kromenhawk or something like that. But he's been a highly touted recruit for a few years. I'm very glad that he's on campus now. But with him, We still have Brock Glenn, who is going to be starting the bowl game, and then either Cam Ward or DJU more than likely coming in. I can kind of see why Tate is leaving, even though it does suck. I mean, he hung around and he did what he needed to do for us, which was awesome. But I can understand him wanting to try to go start somewhere for a year. I just mentioned Cam Ward. The news did come out Sunday that Washington State quarterback Cam Ward is closing in on a decision. The way that they put it was we should hear any day. So I would assume, hopefully, any day now that we do hear. There were actually talks that he's still leaning towards the NFL. So that could be an interesting flip of things. But I am still really holding out hope that he plays for Florida State. We teased this last week that it was crystal balled, but it is now official. Texas A&M defensive lineman Walter Nolan is committed to Ole Miss. And something that is just absolutely fucking disgusting, and we talked about this a lot in the very first episode. Florida running back Trevor Etienne has committed to Georgia. Like, this is part of the problem with college football right now. This should not be allowed. This is stupid. You don't go to your rival. Like, you're completely disgracing college football when you do this. Texas quarterback Malik Murphy is going to Duke. Georgia cornerback Daniel Harris entered the portal. UTSA Roadrunner, the Edge, Trey Moore has committed to Texas. Notre Dame wide receiver Tobias Merriweather committed to Cal. Our guy, Oklahoma State running back Ollie Gordon, the Olive Garden, he announced he is going to be returning to Oklahoma State next year. And Miami wide receiver Colby Young has committed to Georgia. That's pretty much just the newest information right now on the portal. What is the date of next week's episode? Let me look real quick. It is the 2nd. So that will be the day. So that's huge. So next episode will be the last day for the portal. So I would assume we have everyone that day. So
yeah, I mean, we record relatively late in the day, so we should have most of our information, if not all of the transfer portal stuff, by the time the show hits. So that'll be good in terms of content, since we will be light next week with the national championship.
One game. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what, Reese, any thoughts on the portal that we just went through?
No, I mean, I'm just excited to hear some of these bigger name guys that haven't made a decision yet, figure out where they're going to go. I did see that, what's his name from Oklahoma? LV Bunkley Shelton, receiver from Oklahoma. He is entered the transfer portal. That just came out like an hour or so ago. And there's still a couple other guys that are straggling that are jumping in at the last second. So we'll see what happens. There may be a couple guys that announce between now and next Tuesday, but I'm frankly more interested in hearing what guys like Cam Ward and DJU and those kind of guys are going to end up deciding. Old Miss continues to clean up, man.
They're killing it.
Yeah, that team is going to be fun to watch next year.
Yeah, it's I saw a lot of trash talking on Twitter because people were talking about Ole Miss and dominating the portal, and they're like, yeah, but they still won't make the conference championship game, which I think that'll be the fun thing to watch, because I'd like to see Lane finally get to a conference championship game, but it's going to be very tough still with Georgia, and you would have to assume Bama being good again, and with the two sides now being nil, I mean. And honestly, Texas should be pretty good again, too, even though it'll be their first year in the SEC. So it'll be kind of interesting to follow that. But I don't know. You would like to think that with what Ole Miss has done, because, I mean, they even had a good recruiting class, too. So you would like to think that maybe, just maybe, that their time is coming. But we'll see. I'm going to turn it over to Reese now. We've been playing a fun little game for the last few weeks where we just he tells me some bullshit from D3 or D2 or NAIA or something like that, and I try to figure out what the mascot for the team is. So Reese, I'm gonna throw it to you, and I hear we have some changes this week too, so I'm interested for all of this.
Yeah, some slight changes here. Instead of starting a goofy song in the background and then letting it play through the entire fucking podcast, which is what we did last week, incidentally. Yep. Thank you, StreamYard, again for the technical difficulties we have every week.
Neither of us could hear that song, so that was
that is why I continue to play it. Yeah, the entire time. So I hope you guys enjoyed the custom rendition of Curb Your Enthusiasm's intro song. We're going to forego that and make this a little bit more fun here. So, all right, let's jump right into it. So we have picked another random conference. We're going to start off with Adams State University in Alamosa, Colorado.
All right, Colorado.
All right. here is your hint. A subspecies of brown bears. These apex predators are massive, can run up to 30 miles an hour, and hibernate for 5 to 7 months out of the year.
Let's
If you
go.
can't get it, then I'm going to throw you another hint that will be.
I was gonna go with the Grizzlies.
Oh, did you say Grizzlies?
Yeah. Yes.
Ding, ding, ding. And luckily for you, I hit that button and now my background music is frozen again. So,
Oh no.
yeah, we'll see if we keep track of this as far as the sounds go. But right now we're 1-0. So let's keep moving on here. Next up, we have Black Hills State University. Black Hills State University in Spearfish, South Dakota. Spearfish, South Dakota.
Spearfish, South Dakota.
That is correct, sir.
All right.
All right. Unlike bees, these flying wasps are easily identifiable from other wasps like hornets due to their vibrant color.
This one doesn't sound like a good one. I'm not sure on this one.
All right. You going to throw out a guess?
I don't even know what's close to a wasp. I have no idea. Hornet.
Yeah, well, yeah, I already said hornet, but it is yellow jacket. The yellow.
Goddamn. I thought that was a bee. I didn't know it was a wasp.
Yeah, so
Christ.
I actually learned today by going through and reading this that they are not bees; they are actually wasps.
Well, yeah, I was gonna guess that, but I thought it was a bee. Christ, that's ridiculous.
All right, well, it's okay. We're 1-1. I don't know if you heard that buzzer sound because I can't hear it on my side.
I did hear the buzzer. Yes.
Okay, fantastic.
We're good.
All right, next up we have Chadron State College. Chadron State College in Chadron, Nebraska. These birds of prey are a popular mascot name, have over 60 species, and can see up to 3 kilometers away. Very popular mascot name.
Eagle?
Hey, there we go. And the sound I can't hear.
I heard it. We're good.
Okay. All right. So long as one of us can hear it. All right. You are 2-1, sir.
There
Moving right along here. Next up, we have Colorado Mesa University. Colorado Mesa University in Grand Junction, Colorado. Pilot Pete Mitchell has found his way back into Reese's random conference guessing game. See if you can remember a hint from last week.
Oh, is that guy from Top Gun?
Yes, it is.
Oh God, the Mavericks.
Hey, there we go. We get another right one. We are 3-1. You're not going to get this one, but we're going to try.
We'll be all right.
Colorado School of Mines. Colorado School of Mines.
Like the quiet people?
No. Mines. Like I'm in a mountain and I'm digging.
Oh, okay.
And they are located in Golden, Colorado. While their actual school team name is a synonym for a miner in a rather literal sense, their world famous mascot's name is Blaster the Burro.
Blaster the Burro.
Blaster the Burro. They have dubbed him the world famous mascot, Blaster the Burro.
Blaster? Is it like a gold digger? Like he's blasting for
you are very
diamonds?
Very damn close. It is. You got the second half of that one correct. It's not.
I don't know that. Yeah, that's about as good as my guess is getting.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna still give you the buzzer sound since you technically missed it, but you were damn close. It's not the gold diggers. It is the ore diggers. The ore diggers.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, not an easy one.
What is an ore digger? I've never even heard of that.
It's basically a miner or a gold digger. He's just digging for ore instead of gold.
That's stupid.
Next up, we have Colorado State University Pueblo. Colorado State University Pueblo in Pueblo, Colorado. You'll get this.
City.
Yeah, that's right. You'll get this mascot by combining the sound that you hear after lightning with this ferocious pack hunting animal of the forest.
Oh, thunder. What was the
sound,
in the forest?
The sound you hear after lightning with this ferocious pack hunting animal of the forest.
Pack hunting. Thunder Wolfpack, Thunderwolf. I don't know. Thunderwolf.
Hey, there we go. Ding, ding, ding. The Thunderwolves.
Pack's not part of it. Okay.
Nope. Pack is not part of it. I'm going to give it to you anyway. They sound like a minor league baseball team.
Yes.
All right. Next up, we have Fort Lewis College. Fort Lewis College in Durango, Colorado. This mascot is the name of a bird of prey and where you're likely to see it, but reversed. So meaning where you are likely to see birds plus the name of the bird.
The Airhawks. Who the hell knows?
Oh, you're so damn close. So close. It's the Skyhawks.
Oh, for God's sake.
Skyhawks.
Close
with a cigar, my friend.
I know that it's been close.
Yes. All right. New Mexico Highlands University. New Mexico Highlands University in Las Vegas, New Mexico. Not Nevada. Las Vegas, New Mexico.
I didn't even know that was a real place.
Yeehaw.
Yeehaw. Cowboy.
Hey, there we go. He's 5-3. 5-3. All right. Now we've got another banger here. South Dakota School of Mines and Technology.
What?
The South Dakota School of Mines and Technology in Rapid City, South Dakota. While bands like Kiss, AC/DC, Ozzy Osbourne, and more could easily be the mascot, the name of this team name is the more literal sense of what you'd call all of those bands.
Rock and roll. Rock and roll's definitely not gonna be a mascot.
You're in the right wheelhouse there.
Well, can I get the clue one more time?
While bands like Kiss, AC/DC, Ozzy Osbourne, and more could easily be the mascot, the name of this team is the more literal sense of what you'd call all of those bands and artists.
Like heart. I don't know. I feel like it's like rock and roll or hard rock or something of that sort. I don't know the answer.
What's your final answer?
I don't. I mean, rock and roll is not going to be hard rock.
I'm going to give it to you. Their team name is the Hard Rockers.
What kind of Jesus God?
The South Dakota School of Mines and Technology Hard Rockers.
Is that like hard rock? Is in like like Stonehenge? Like,
correct. Yes, that's correct. All right. This is our last team in this conference. It is Western Colorado University. Western Colorado University in Gunnison, Colorado. Country road, take me home to the place where I belong, but don't get confused and take me to West Virginia, even though this mascot may make you think otherwise.
I think that one might have been too easy. The Mountaineers.
Hey, there we go. All right. Well done, sir. You finished 7-3 this week.
We'll take that.
A light conference, all things considered. We've had some pretty substantial conferences coming into this guessing game so far.
And one of the one I missed was what the ore diggers.
Ore digger. Yeah.
And I had something that I thought was a B.
Yeah. So you weren't too far off. You very easily could have been much better than 7-3, but still respectable.
Yeah, we'll take
All
it.
right. Now it's time to guess the conference. This conference was founded in 1909 as the Colorado Faculty Athletic Conference. They are NCAA Division II. They are the 5th oldest active college athletic conference in the United States, the oldest in the NCAA D2, and the 6th to be founded in the NCAA. BYU, University of Wyoming, and the University of Utah were all members of this conference at one time.
What was it? The Colorado Faculty?
They were originally called the Colorado Faculty Athletic Conference when they were founded in 1909.
The CFAC.
They are no longer the CFAC.
What? I'm probably gonna have to give a guess before I get the letters right.
Yeah, I can't give you the acronym right away.
Yeah, this seems like, so judging by all the areas it's in. I guess a few of those areas aren't Well, no, they all were mountainous actually for the most part. Jesus, I don't know. I want to include mountain in it. The the Midland. No, that's stupid. I don't know. I really have no guess. I would assume it's rock or mountain or something of that sort, but I don't know the. I can't. I don't know. I'm just gonna go the mountain conference.
Okay. You're moving in the right direction. Let me give you the acronym. It's RMAC.
Is that something Mountain Athletic Conference?
It is.
Oh my god.
This is like the fourth time in this version where you have very close.
three of the four. I know. Yeah.
RMAC. Think about where a lot of these teams are located.
Well, that's what I've been doing. That's how I got to Mountain. That's oh man, this is tough. Let's go. River would probably be ridiculous. River Mountain Athletic Conference. There's probably rivers that run near all those though. Yeah, let's go River Mountain Athletic Conference.
You're very close, sir. It's not Bullwinkle. It's Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference.
Oh my god, it was that simple.
It was that simple. Yeah,
that's frustrating. I even said I feel like it's rock or mountain.
I know. That's why I was like, oh, he's so close. Well done, sir. Well done. You've definitely improved from the last round that we did this. So
I would have been 80% if I'd known Yellow Jacket wasn't a B.
Yeah, well, study up for next week when I go Division 3 2A.
The things you learn. Ready. All right. So now that we have learned the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference, we are going to go into the Week 3 bowl games. Tomorrow, Wednesday, the 27th, we've got the Military Bowl presented by GoBowling.com at Navy Marine Corps Memorial Stadium in Annapolis, Maryland. This game's at 2 p.m. on ESPN. Va Tech coming in as a 10.5-point favorite versus Tulane.
Yeah, Willie Fritz leaving for the Houston job doesn't help Tulane, and neither does Michael Pratt not playing. For those two reasons, I'm going to take Va Tech here minus the points.
Yeah, the weird thing here is Va Tech was awful, and then they started playing well. In Tulane, yeah, that's a situation. Honestly, though, I don't even know if those situations matter right now, the way bowl games have been going. I feel like 10.5 is a lot. God, I'll take Va Tech. That one's tough to me. Do you take Va Tech too?
I did take Va Tech, yeah.
All right, so after that, we're going to get someone dumped in mayonnaise, which is going to be awesome. We got the Duke's Mayo Bowl, Bank of America Stadium, Charlotte, North Carolina, 5:30 p.m. on ESPN. North Carolina is facing the West Virginia Mountaineers we just talked about, and West Virginia is a 6.5-point favorite.
Yeah, Drake May not playing in this one obviously swings things in West Virginia's favor, in my opinion. If Amarion Hampton gets going, it could be a different story, but I'm going to take West Virginia here minus the points.
Yep, I am going to take myself home also. So I'm taking West Virginia. The DirecTV Holiday Bowl from Petco Park in San Diego, California, 8 p.m. on Fox. Number 15, Louisville, is a 7-point favorite versus USC.
Yep, USC with no Caleb Williams here, so should be a smoother ride for Louisville. I'm going to take Jeff Brom and the Cars to get their 11th win of the season.
Yeah, I think USC probably is the more talented team here, even without Caleb Williams. 7 seems like a lot. USC's defense is just so bad. Yeah, I'll take Louisville, just banking on their defense being horrendous. The Tax Act Texas Bowl from NRG Stadium in Houston, Texas, 9 p.m. on ESPN. Texas A&M is coming in as a 2-point favorite versus number 20, Oklahoma State.
Yeah, this one was a tough call for me with a 2-point spread. Luckily for OK State, Ollie Gordon's going to be suited up and he's coming back. Cowboys have been up and down all year, but I'm going to take Gundy in the points to get the W.
Yeah, I like that too. There's been a lot of changes at A&M, so who knows what's even going to be coming out of there. I do like Oklahoma State in this one plus the points. All right, we're moving to Thursday now, December 28th. We got the Wasabi Fenway Bowl from Fenway Park in Boston, Massachusetts, 11 a.m. on ESPN. Number 24 SMU, the horse team, is a 10-point favorite versus Boston College.
Yeah, this should be a fun game being watched played here in Fenway. Boston College kind of gets a home game of sorts, so it should be closer than expected. I think the horse team wins, but I'm going to take Boston College to keep it close enough. So I'm going to take Boston College plus the 10.
Yeah, I'm actually on the horse team. I was never Boston College played us well in their red bandana game, and that was about it. So I'm going to go with the horse team here. The Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl from Yankee Stadium in the Bronx.
What a name.
I know. 2:15 p.m. on ESPN. We got Rutgers as a 1-point favorite versus Miami.
Yeah, it'll be interesting seeing Ja'Cory Brown go up against this Rutgers defense. Somewhat close to home matchup for the Rutgers, but I'm going to take the Hurricanes here just based on talent.
Yeah, that's kind of my thought too, was talent will prevail. I'm going to go with Miami in this one also. The Pop-Tarts Bowl, which unveiled their trophy today, which was pretty badass. The top had a football with 2 little slits in it, so you can put Pop-Tarts in it, so it makes it look like they're popping out of the trophy.
That's awesome.
So it's pretty sweet. That's going to be at Camping World Stadium in Orlando, Florida at 5:45 p.m. on ESPN. Number 18, NC State, is going to face number 25, Kansas State. Kansas State is a 2.5-point favorite.
Yeah, this is another tough one because K-State had a top 10 offense during the regular season, but Will Howard's not playing. So NC State's Brendan Armstrong was playing well the last 3 games of the season. So I'm going to take the Wolfpack here plus the points.
Yeah, I was pretty big on Kansas State this year, but everyone's gone. So I'm not too sure who's going to be playing in this game. I'm going to roll with you. I'm going to play NC State also. I do know that they have 2 guys that aren't playing that are very large misses, but Kansas State's also missing a lot too. So I'm going to go with NC State. The Valero Alamo Bowl from the Alamo Dome, San Antonio, Texas, 9:15 p.m. on ESPN. Number 14, Arizona, is a 2.5-point favorite versus number 12, Oklahoma.
Yeah, when this game first got announced, I was excited about it because we were going to see Fafita against Dylan Gabriel. But now that Gabriel's not there, I think this turns into less of a contest. I'm going to go with Arizona here minus the 2.5.
Yeah, I'm on Arizona too. Hottest team in college football. Hopefully everyone's playing again. We don't know, but we do know Oklahoma's missing quite a bit. So I like Arizona in this one too. We're going to go to Friday, December 29th, the Tax Slayer Gator Bowl from Everbank Stadium in Jacksonville, Florida, at noon on ESPN. Number 22, Clemson, is a 4-point favorite versus Kentucky.
Yeah, Clemson played really well the back half of the season, so I'll take Dabo and the Tigers here minus the points.
Yeah, I'm on Clemson too. Tony the Tiger's Sun Bowl from the Sun Bowl in El Paso, Texas, 2 p.m. on CBS. Number 19, Oregon State, is going to be playing number 16, Notre Dame. Notre Dame is a 6.5-point favorite.
Yeah, Oregon State is not Oregon State anymore without Jonathan Smith, without DJU.
And their whole coaching staff, their whole team.
Their whole coaching staff, yeah, the entire team. Yeah, I mean, do they even have enough to suit up here? This should be a very easy W for the Irish. I don't know if Hartman's playing or not, but I'm still taking Notre Dame minus the points.
Yeah, I'm not sure on that either. I would assume our friends Scott and Carter are going to be very happy with this showing. I think they are going to win this one pretty easily, so I like Notre Dame also. AutoZone Liberty Bowl from the Simmons Bank Liberty Stadium in Memphis, Tennessee, 3:30 p.m. on ESPN. Memphis is facing Iowa State. Iowa State is a 10-point favorite.
Yeah, this spread was a little surprising to me given how good Memphis's offense have been this year. I think Iowa State has a shot at securing the win, but the Tigers should at least keep it within 10. So I'm going to take Memphis here plus the points.
Yeah, I was on Memphis too, and it's in their home stadium. So I like Memphis in this one also, at least getting the 10. All right, we've got a New Year's Six Bowl. The Goodyear Cotton Bowl Classic from AT&T Stadium, Arlington, Texas, 8 p.m. on ESPN. One day later, we've got a very large game that we'll be talking about in our NFL episode in that same stadium. Sorry, still dying. Number 9, Missouri, is going to be facing number 7, Ohio State. Ohio State is a 1-point favorite.
I think there are still some questions on anyone who may be opting out besides McCord, obviously. So that could make this a little tough. But the last update that we heard from Ryan Day was that he said everybody's playing, and that includes Marvin Harrison. So long as that continues to be, I'm going to take the Buckeyes here. But if we start seeing some more guys drop out ahead of this game, I mean, Mizzou should be all in here. Schrader, Cook, Big Luther, all those guys should be out on the field. I'm going to take the Bucks here based on overall talent, but if a couple of those guys opt out, then I would be flipping this to Mizzou.
Yeah, I'm taking Missouri just because I think they actually are going to care about this game, and I don't think Ohio State will, regardless as to who's playing. I don't think they're going to care about it. And Missouri, I think they want to actually finish their season. They've had a great season. I think this would be a huge way to end it. So I do like Missouri in this one getting the point. Saturday, December 30th. The Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl from Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia, noon on ESPN. Number 11 Ole Miss is going to be facing number 10 Penn State. Penn State is a 3.5-point favorite.
I don't know how. This should be a fun matchup. Two really solid running games. Penn State's offense has looked a little better since they moved on from their OC. Ole Miss's Cedric Johnson has opted out, but the Rebels still have Dart, Judkins, the rest of the squad. I think Ole Miss takes this one, so I'm easily going to take Ole Miss here plus the points.
Yeah, I'm on Ole Miss too. Just like Manny Diaz left to take a head coaching job, so Penn State's gonna be without their D coordinator too. So this is not the game. I would not want to have my D coordinator. So I'm on Ole Miss too. I don't quite understand this line at all, but who knows? I don't even know what this brand is, but the Trans Perfect Music City Bowl from Nissan Stadium in Nashville, Tennessee, 2 p.m. on ABC. Auburn is a 7-point favorite versus Maryland.
Yeah, I don't trust this Auburn team, especially at the QB spot. They've been so up and down all year. So I'm going to take the Terps here plus the points in an upset.
I'm going Auburn just because Tua's brother is heavily considering the transfer portal has been the rumor. And if that's the case, then he's probably not going to play in this. So I'm going to take Auburn just for that sake. This one's going to be a real interesting one. The Capital One Orange Bowl from Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens, Florida, 4 p.m. on ESPN. Number 6, Georgia, is a 16.5-point favorite versus number 5, Florida State.
Yeah, this game makes me sick. So disappointing. This could have been so good. Florida State getting screwed turned this into a potential bloodbath with all the Knowles being out. It's no jab to Florida State, but they have every right to be furious and every right not to show up. I just don't see them finding a way to win this one or keep it close without as many stars as they're missing. So I'm going to take the Bulldogs here despite the 16.5-point spread.
Like I would literally bet my house on this game for Georgia. Florida State is playing no one. Yeah. Like if Florida State keeps it close, then there's a huge sign that our future is going to be fantastic because, I mean, we're talking the backups of backups are going to be playing in this game. So
Norville's doing everything he can through social to try to get his team fired up, but I just don't think it's going to matter.
Yeah, I mean, he's doing what he needs to do, but I don't think it's going to matter either. And they don't care. I think they're more using the practices as the benefit, and that's really about it. Extra practice in the season, come back for spring ball and be ready to go. I think Georgia covers this. I don't even know if Florida State's going to score in this game. Like, this is going to be a tough game to score in, I think.
Well, with all the stuff going on right now with them fighting the ACC to try to get out of the ACC and everything that's happening, like I still wouldn't be surprised if some time between now and game time, Florida State's like, we're not playing. Like,
I really wish that at 3:59 p.m., just as a big fuck you to ESPN, they said, "Oh, you know what? We're leaving."
Norville just walks out and says, "We forfeit."
It'd be awesome. ESPN deserves nothing more than that. Actually, they're the ones that created this disaster, so it's their own fault. Speaking of another shitty company, ESPN to Barstool. Jesus. The Barstool Sports Arizona Bowl from Arizona Stadium in Tucson, Arizona, 4:30 p.m. on the CW network. Toledo is facing Wyoming. Wyoming's a 3.5-point favorite.
Yeah, Toledo should come into this game pissed after falling short in the MAC championship against Miami. So I'm going to take Toledo here plus the points.
I'm going to take Wyoming. Toledo's not going to have Finn and who knows who else. And Wyoming is just a team that generally comes to play. I like Wyoming to get the win in this one. Monday, January 1st, the Relia Quest Bowl from Ray J, Raymond James Stadium, Tampa, Florida, noon on ESPN2. Wisconsin's facing number 13 LSU. LSU is a 10-point favorite.
It's just another game mired by opt-outs.
Yep.
I'm going to take Wisconsin here plus the points because LSU doesn't have Jaden Daniels, and I don't know who's going to play quarterback there, but I have no damn idea who's going to win this game. But I'm going to take Wisconsin because they're giving me 10.
I'm actually going to take LSU just because I watched Wisconsin so much thinking they were good this year, and I saw the dairy raid become the mad cow disease. So I'm sticking with LSU. The Verbo Fiesta
Poet
Bowl.
with words, sir.
the Verbo Fiesta Bowl from State Farm Stadium, Glendale, Arizona, 1 p.m. on ESPN. Number 23 Liberty is going to be facing number 8 Oregon. Oregon's a 17-point favorite.
Yep, and Bo Nix is in, so this should be an easy W for the Ducks. I'll take Oregon minus the 17.
Yeah, I think this might actually end up being one of the better games just because I think this might be the only game a lot of people are playing in for a non-college football invitational game. I think this is a big one. But yeah, I'm on Oregon to cover this one too. I think their offense is just going to be way too much. Prince Chedward will be here at the Cheez-It Bowl, the Cheez-It Citrus Bowl, Camping World Stadium, Orlando, Florida, 1 p.m. on ABC. Number 17, Iowa is going to be playing number 21, Tennessee. Tennessee is an 8.5-point favorite.
Yeah, can Rocky Top handle the mighty Mr. Water Polo?
The hefty righty. Stud.
Yeah. I'm going to take Iowa to keep it close enough, although this is probably going to be a really low-scoring game. Tennessee will win it, but I don't.
I know. Yeah. I don't even know how I feel about this game. Jesus. It's an offensive mind versus a defensive mind. I like offense. Let's go. Give me Rocky Top. I'll take Tennessee minus the 8.5. Here we are. We've reached the invitational. The Rose Bowl game presented by Prudential at the Rose Bowl, Pasadena, California, 5 p.m. on ESPN. Number 4, Alabama would be playing number 1, Michigan. Michigan is a 2-point favorite.
Yeah, so finally some games with some teams that we're aware of. Milroe looked really good in the back half of the season, but this is the best defense of the country. That said, I think the wild card here is Saban. He's had plenty of time to scheme against what Michigan does. Bama's 3-1 straight up as an underdog in CFP era. So I'm going to take the Tide here plus the points in an upset.
Yeah, I think this is a great game. I just think Michigan can do too much offensively. I do know that they did struggle a little bit, though, towards the end of the year, but it's a lot of time. I just like Michigan, I think. I'm not sure Milroe's good enough to go in and beat this defense. Now, if he rushes for 80 yards, then yeah, they probably can win the game. But I'm going to go with Michigan minus the 2. Our final game of the Invitational before we get to the national championship, the All-State Sugar Bowl from the Caesars Superdome in New Orleans, Louisiana, 8:45 p.m. on ESPN. Number 3, Texas is a 4.5-point favorite versus number 2, Washington.
The disrespect continues for the Washington Huskies. I don't get it. They were battle tested every single week for the past 8 weeks
whole
of the season.
Yeah.
Yeah. And somehow Texas is a 4.5-point favorite. I don't get it. I don't understand it. Even if Texas's run D limits the impact of Dylan Johnson, it's still Michael Penix and all those weapons. How do you not take the Huskies plus the points? Give me Washington plus 4.5 all day long.
Yeah, I couldn't echo that anymore. I've said it all year. This is probably my favorite team in college football. I think they are the best team in college football. I think they proved it every week. Washington, that offense inside in Jameis's house, I think it's going to be very fun to watch. I am not sure how Texas keeps up with this team. So I like Washington too. The fact I'm getting points with Washington is insane to begin with. But yeah, give me Washington plus the points, money line. Give me the future for them to win the national championship. I want it all. Anything to do with Washington, I'm on. I think they're going to win the national championship. So spoiler alert for next week. So that puts you having Bama versus Washington and me having Michigan versus Washington for the national championship. So next week we will be back. The winners of those last 2 games will play Monday, January 8th for the national championship at NRG Stadium in Houston, home of the Houston Texans. Reese, you got anything else for this week?
No, just sucks that we're coming to an end, but with all this transfer portal stuff and the draft coming up and things like that, we're going to hopefully be able to still pull out some content here as we move past the college football invitational, because I'm trying to make sure I call it, since that's what you've dubbed it. So.
That is all it is. And one thing that, it was the chef's kiss to all the Florida State fans in the bitching from the ACC Board of Trustees. They called it the College Football Invitational, and it was there's nothing more than I love seeing that, because it is true. It's exactly what it is, and it's a load of shit. It's ridiculous.
Not arguing that.
All right. Next week, we'll have our recap from today's games, plus all the ones we just picked. The portal, like we said, the last day for the portal will be next Tuesday. So we'll hopefully have a ton of information there. We'll get Cam Ward, DJU, Jaden DeLora, Tate Rodemaker, see where everyone ends up. And we will, even though we kind of just did, well, maybe not. We'll see what the line ends up being, but we will pick the national championship game also. So that is it. We'll be back for our NFL episode. So check out NFL. We got 2 weeks left in the regular season there, which is crazy. Me and Reese are going to have a big battle this weekend as our teams are battling for playoff seeds. It's the Lions and Cowboys. So,
yep.
And I still have AIDS. So sorry. All right. So that's going to be it. We will be back next week. Have a good week, everyone, and enjoy the bowl games in the College Football Invitational.
Cheers, guys.